Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the PSA 2019 Virtual Showcase. We have a great day lined up for your team to showcase what's coming this year for PSA. And just before we get started, I wanted to go over a couple housekeeping items or some more commonly, frequently asked questions. The first thing is all of the sessions today will be run through Zoom. A couple of things that I want to mention. The meetings will start about 5 minutes prior to the session's start time so that it gives time for you to get connected, both your audio and visual. All attendees will be muted during the sessions just to prevent any sort of background noise and distraction. As well as we recommend that you do not share your camera in the recordings, and that you can connect your audio via computer or phone if you like to dial in and listen to the session. All of these sessions will be recorded and provided after the conference completes, and you'll be able to access those files via a virtual showcase Dropbox. We will also be providing published guides that will cover each of the content reviewed in the sessions today. And those will also be made available to all PSA users via bulk mailer as PDF attachments. As these courses continue, if you do have questions, we encourage that you enter your questions in the chat box. At the end of each session, we'll try and leave approximately 15 minutes to address questions. If there are any questions that are not answered during the course, they will be responded to offline. And of course, if you did not get a chance to ask a question or thought of something after the fact, you can always send your questions directly to support@canamsys.com. Now for this morning's session, I'm going to go over a brief highlight of what we're covering in our introductory. We're going to start with the future of Can-Am systems, as well as taking a look at the new branding for PSA. We'll be highlighting some of the new updates and releases that are coming out, including the introduction of the PSA Academy and the PSA user group, as well as talking a little bit about our integrated partners and solutions, as well as finalizing the agenda and going through the course setup this morning. Now, to introduce a man that needs no introduction, Scott Pritchard, the founder and president of Can-Am Systems, will now talk a little bit about the future of Can-Am.
Thank you, Ryan, and good morning, everyone, and welcome to our 2020 PSA Virtual Showcase. I want to thank everyone for taking the time to come together today and share the hard work our teams have done over the past 18 months to bring you Can-Am's new PSA ERP. You will hear this term a lot today and in the future. For those not familiar with the term, here's my simple definition. PSA ERP is a solution that is designed to provide your business with everything it needs to be successful. Let me repeat. Software that does everything your business needs to be successful. After more than 25 years in business, we felt it was time for a change. So in preparation for the release of PSA ERP, we've decided to change the look and branding to provide you with something that better reflects the great new products that we're going to show you today. It starts with our new logos and ends with our new website, and in between are 5 great new products. Our website has been completely revamped to provide you with a new experience when visiting. More information, easier access, simple to use. Whether you're looking for help, videos, newsletters, or services, everything will be easier to find. The site has been designed to allow us to bring you updates on a daily basis, whether events or critical notifications. CanAmSys.com will now be the first place to go. As I just mentioned, there are 5 great new products. We're going to show you Proven Smart Reporting, our analytics powerhouse. We're going to show you what we think is the best CRM on the planet, Proven CRM. We're going to show you the latest and greatest new features for Proven Job Management. We're going to show you the next level of mobile evolution with Proven Smart Tech. But last, but certainly not least, we're going to show you the crown jewel of PSA ERP, our all-new cloud-based Proven Accounting, our final puzzle piece to PSA ERP. Today, during these very tough times of COVID-19, many things have changed. We are all experiencing a new world where many people work from home and where the way we live our daily lives have changed forever. How has it changed for Can-Am? Surprisingly, very little. Our business continues to be very stable and very strong. The most significant change was the closing of our physical offices and of moving all of our staff to home offices. We invested heavily in new technology that enabled us to effectively communicate from our home offices. Microsoft Teams and Office 365 played a large part in that success. On a last note, as you're all aware, we have moved our annual PSA user conference from this month to October 29th to the 31st, still to be in New Orleans. If you're interested in attending, please go to our new website and register. If you're already registered, no need to do that. This will give us an idea of how many people are still interested in attending. And we will not be asking for payments until after September 1st. Don't book your airfare before there or hotels. If we get to September and the COVID and traveling situation has not changed significantly, we will then postpone until 2021. The safety of our staff and of our customers is certainly utmost importance to us. This morning, Ryan will start off our 9 presentations by taking you through the last 18 months of development since our last user conference. So again, thank you for spending your valuable time with us today. It is certainly greatly appreciated. Stay safe and stay successful. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Scott. And as Scott was mentioning, for this morning's presentation, I'm going to be giving kind of a general overview on what's going to be covered today, starting with the Proven Job Management System and the tagline, borrow from the past, jump into the future. This tagline kind of came around when we got involved with the user group and their feedback as to some of the changes they'd like to see in the web and some of the modules that really needed to be revamped and overhauled. We've done a lot of changes on things like UI updates and quality of life changes. Our philosophy, again, about trying to eliminate the number of clicks and how long it takes for someone to create, view, or edit records in the system. Again, we're in the middle of our process of really overhauling the entire job management system and how it functions, one module at a time. And we've really started to focus on the job foldering systems and how those can be improved from a visibility standpoint, from a navigation standpoint, as well as from just an ease of use and visibility, much like people were kind of used to in the desktop and what they were seeing back on the PSA desktop side. We took a hard look at work orders in the web and again gathered lots of feedback from our team and from the user group as to what they wanted to see, how they wanted it presented, and the flow and function of that. So we're going to get to take a look at the revamped work orders in the web and the changes that we've made and will continue to make to improve those processes. We're also going to take a look at the advanced schedule and some of the new functionality that we've built into the scheduling system of PSA Web, as well as the ability to come in and integrate and tie that information into some of our integrated partners and solutions that are out there. as well as taking a look at some of the updates we're making to electronic forms, e-signatures, remote sign, and then of course, the evolution of moving to a newer, faster Xactimate import and how that's going to affect bringing in estimates, assignments, and how that information is going to be shared moving forward. On the mobile side, again, part of our process with revamping the mobile really started with this idea of understanding who's going to be using this tool and essentially what things that they would need to do their job successfully. And so some of the things that we've been working on, certainly on the mobile side over these last couple months that Scott mentioned, really focused on how can we improve things like the performance out in the field? How can we improve things like the sync engine and how quickly information passes back and forth? As well as how can we relay that information to the end user so they understood what information went back into proven job management and what information was still sitting on their device. We looked at updates to the mobile scheduling and the logic behind what our users would see out in the field based on their day-to-day operations, as well as some UI changes and some logic changes to our mobile timesheets and time cards to make them more flexible and user-friendly for the end user, as well as modifying again that job folder, both from a visual UI perspective and from the ability to get all the critical details that our staff would need out in the field to access those relationships, contact methods, phone numbers, and emails, as well as, again, continuing to update the functionality of our mobile forms, the flexibility of what fields and syncs would be available for our staff to both pull information as well as sync information back into proven job management. We've made a lot of changes to the photo improvements as far as functionality, labeling, annotations, and we'll continue to make improvements to those functionalities in the mobile so that we can refine that process through the feedback of our customers. As Scott mentioned, we've added a couple of new products to our arsenal for ERP, and certainly one of the ones that we're going to be showcasing in today's sessions will be the new Proven CRM. Smarter way to manage relationships both out in the field as well as behind the desk or in the office, and certainly the changes that we're seeing with COVID and how people are marketing or getting their message out. We're going to talk a little bit about how that evolution has kind of forced us to change some of the things that we're looking at releasing in the CRM. It was only back in 2018 that we announced the CRM at our Toronto user conference. And since then, we started a beta program last year in January. The official CRM actually launched back in September. And since its launch, we have probably entered over 400 plus changes into the system based on direct customer feedback from reps, from sales managers, to help improve and fine-tune the CRM processes. As of today, we have over 300 plus users that are using the CRM, and that number continues to grow. More so now, even with the COVID epidemic or pandemic, that has forced people to relook at their sales and marketing efforts and how they manage their sales teams remotely and how effective they are at being able to track their performance and their activities. As Scott mentioned, we've also released a brand new analytics tool, Proven Smart Reports, that provides information in real time from our job management system, from our CRM, and from our accounting application, so that as an end user, as a company, you can define the information that you want to see when you want to see it. And we're going to talk a little bit about some of the changes that we've made over the past couple of months to really get this information front and center, talk about how we can use colors, information, conditional formatting to really teach people what to look for in the CRM and really help them to understand the behaviors behind what they should be looking at in these reports. Since the launch last summer, we've created over 40 standard views for our customers to use, customize, and tweak their own dashboards, widgets, and reports. And as we continue to gather feedback on this tool, we also are adding to our arsenal of standard reports as well. And we have over 30 standard reports in the system and coming in these next couple weeks. And of course, as Scott mentioned today, we will be getting to take a look at proven solutions accounting, moving your numbers into the cloud. Again, this was announced back in the 2018 conference, and since then, we've completely redesigned the way you know accounting to be. We've kept the same structure and framework that you all remember from the desktop, but we've redesigned it in a brand new web interface, including things like an analytics engine that's built directly in that allows you to create your own dashboards and widgets on the fly, share them with your team, as well as being able to contour the visibility of what you see as an end user in the accounting system, depending on your role. And of course, as far as the questions as to whether or not we will continue to support PSA Desktop, yes. We will continue for the foreseeable future to support PSA Desktop. So for those customers who are on the desktop system, we will continue to get support for that product and for the foreseeable future. I also wanted to talk a little bit about what we're doing on the education side for our customers. Again, in this new rebranding of PSA, we took a look at some of the areas that historically we struggled with onboarding and training and education. And so we are in the process of launching a brand new online learning center. It's a blended approach to training that includes an LMS course structure, allowing your users to go in and learn through testing, through online videos, and through guides, and to get statistics on how your people are adapting to these new functions and features. Allowing your team to know what's new, or even go look up and learn how to do something that's already been in the system that they may want to improve on. We're going to be rolling out the full LMS Learning Center this summer, so stay tuned for more updates on the PSA Academy. And in conjunction with this, we'll also be announcing our next round of online training, which will focus specifically on the elements that we're covering today as far as our new releases and updates in 2020. Now, we also talked a little bit about the user group and this idea of collaboration with our users. The user group was formed a number of years ago through Greg Anapol, one of our customers. And the idea behind the user group was really to find a way to have a common voice through all of our customers that really allowed them to give us direct feedback on some of the elements that we were launching in PSA, and to get feedback even prior to launching these products. And so one of the things that really helped us through these last 18 months involved, interacting with the user group. We had our last live user group meeting back in November of 2019 in Georgia. It was a 3-day event that really allowed us to better understand where the users were struggling, things that would help improve their efficiency and performance, as well as this idea of identifying what comes next. What are the elements that you want to see in these products that are really going to help take your business to the next level? So for those of you who are on these sessions today or are interested in participating in the user group, feel free to send us an email, sales@canamsys.com, for more information. We'd certainly be happy to provide you the details on how to participate in the user group, as well as understanding what are some of the upcoming events if you want to participate in the next either live user group meeting or online session to discuss what happened during our virtual showcase. Now, one of the things that, again, PSA has always been known for from a standpoint of systems perspective is that in the insurance ecosystem, there are so many different software requirements out there. There are so many different solutions that companies are forced to use in order to get information into the right places. And so we've always made a commitment to our customers to continue to increase who we integrate with. And a couple of years ago, we even announced our open API that was available for vendors to connect to. They wanted to be able to send information into the proven job management system. Since then, we've increased the number of partners and integrated vendors that are part of the PSA package. For instance, companies like Resto Tracker, Matterport, DocuSketch, these are some of the newer integrations that are coming out. On the CRM side, we're heavily invested in our integrations with Google Maps, Mailgun, and MailChimp. We'll certainly talk a little bit more about those integrations and what they do during our CRM presentation. Obviously, with Xactware, we continue to look for new ways to improve our integrations and how we can help pass information back and forth. So from a perspective of switching our services to the new web service for Xactware, it gave us the ability to get information in real time. From our estimate information coming across to being able to bring in new assignment information, notes, photos, and dates. We're also in discussions with some of the other vendors out there, like West Hill and Civility, to also figure out how we can connect to their interfaces and systems so that we can eliminate the need for double entry and eliminate the need for your teams to have to go to multiple places to get the information in that they are required. We'll also talk a little bit about our partnership with Contractor Connections and the Job Track system when we go through on the advanced scheduling. And these are just a number of integrations that we've worked with in the last couple months. There are far more integrations that already exist with PSA, and the full list can be found on our website. And if you have any questions about software vendors or products that you would like to see integrated with PSA, again, feel free to contact our support or sales team and start that integration discussions today. Now, to outline what we're going to be covering today, this is kind of a 30,000-foot view of today's schedule. So each of these sessions are approximately going to be 30 minutes in length. Today's beginning session, which is the Welcome to the Virtual Showcase, will end at 10 o'clock this morning. Our next session, which will focus on the new PSA or Proven Smart Reports, will launch or start at 10:15, and we'll be showcasing not only some of the changes that we've made to the Smart Report system, but also taking a look at some of the standard templates that we talked about that are available in the base product. At 11 o'clock, we'll go through and we'll discuss the changes or the updates to the advanced scheduling and Proven Job Management, as well as our integration with Crawford's Job Track system and how that interface works. At 11:45, we'll switch gears and we'll go into our mobile track, taking a look at Proven Smart Tech Mobile and the next evolution of mobile. At 1 o'clock, we're going to be taking a look at some of those UI changes and updates that we've implemented over the last 18 months as it pertains to the Proven Job Management System and what we're calling Proven V12, as well as the ability to then switch into our brand new Proven CRM sales and marketing tool at 1:45 and talk a little bit about streamlining your sales efforts. At 2:30, we're going to take a look at the updates for timesheets and approval processing. This again will focus mainly on the Proven Job Management and mobile applications as it pertains to our time card entry processes. And then we'll switch over into our work orders and the brand new interface that we've designed for the web for the work order screens, as well as talk a little bit about the new integration with Xactimate and how that's going to affect how you use the integration today in the web and some of the positive changes that you're going to see moving forward. And then we'll end our last session today at 4 o'clock, covering the brand new Proven Solutions accounting system. Now that is going to be it for this morning's session. Our next session will be starting at 10:15, and as I mentioned, we'll be covering the Proven Smart Reports. If there are any questions, I've left the last 15 minutes for any questions that you have on today's introductory presentation. Otherwise, I want to thank everyone again for taking the time out to participate with us at this virtual showcase. I know everyone would have loved to have a live conference, and we are hopeful and excited that we'll be able to have that conference in October on the 29th. So thank you all for attending this morning's session, and we'll see you at 10:15.